After leaving Eurong, we headed for Central Station, where you can do a beautiful creek walk along the Wangolba Creek. There are also other historic artefacts at Central Station. After Central Station, we headed to Lake Mackenzie, where we didn't stay too long because of the high winds. After Lake Mackenzie, we headed over to Kingfisher Bay, where we'll be staying a couple of nights. Had a toasty sandwich for lunch, headed down to the sandbar for a nice, cool, relaxing beer, followed by dinner at the June restaurant. But it's the next morning, and I've left Kingfisher Bay at 8:48 a.m. in the morning, and I'm heading for Moon Point. I'm not going to arrive at Moon Point until about 10:30 a.m. due to all the rough roads. It's not a very far distance on the map, but it's going to take an hour and a half along these bumpy roads. Maximum speed limit's 40 kilometres an hour, and you'd be lucky to get much past that regardless of the speed limit anyway, because it just shakes you up so much. So I've arrived on the west coast and started to head up north, and about 100 metres along I come across the first creek crossing. I have got out and walked this. The tide is going out, so yeah, I'm the first one across this creek today, so a little bit cautious here. And, it wasn't too bad in the end, it was only tyre depth. Righto, we're driving up the west coast now, and as you can see here, there's a pot of dolphins flying past me, and also the cut waters are a lot calmer over this side, and not as much wind. I'm not sure if that's all the year round, but certainly the day I was there and the time of year that I was there, it's definitely a lot calmer over this side. Here I am just driving down the west coast, heading up towards Wathumba Creek, and just taking all the beautiful sights in here. There is some really nice coloured sands on the right hand side, and a couple of trees that have come out of the ground there where they used to grow. And the sands here are just spectacular. That wasn't a great photo, but there are some really nice sand bits along the way. So I'm just heading up north towards Wathumba Creek, and once you get to Towai Creek, you can't go any further, so you can't get all the way, and I was about 1 or 2 kilometres short of Wathumba. You've got to have permission to drive that section, as I understand, because then I could have taken a shortcut across to Orchard Beach, but I had to come back down to Wonina Creek and then head back over to the east side. So okay, so I've left the west side and I'm heading back over to the east side, and along the way I've stopped at Lake Allen. This is a beautiful little lake, very teeny in the water, and as you'll see in a minute, I'm going to have a bit of trouble getting the drone back in from being above the lake. So you have to fly the drone from this platform where I'm standing underneath all the trees just above the water, and then you can go up into height. A little bit tricky not the greatest of drone flyers, and as you can see here, you've just got to steer it in nice and gently. I leave plenty of time on the drone. I don't run it out. I come in with 10 minutes of time still on the drone, so as if anything goes wrong, I don't have to land immediately, especially when water's involved. So I'll just bring it in nice and gently, and I'll just place it down here somewhere. Along the way is the knife blade sand blowing sand dunes. And you can see here you can walk out to the lookout and overlook the sand blowing things. Back down past the Mahino and back over to Kingfisher Bay where we went fishing. We had to let this one go, it's a little bit small.
I haven't stopped.
Righto, it's the last day on the island. We're heading back to Brisbane now. See that it's quite noisy out there. Yes, I'm wearing headphones. Trying to keep my ears protected. And, it was really hard to see the difference. It looks much clearer on the video here, but it was really hard to see the beach and the ocean. So we just took it easy. She left us behind. Bye. Righto, and just like that, the sun suddenly came back out again. So the rest of the day was just picture perfect. So we're just going to wait for the ferry and head over to the mainland. After we got off the ferry, we headed into Rainbow Beach Township and filled up with enough fuel to get back to Brisbane via Noosa. So we're going to head down Rainbow Beach to Double Island and then head down the North Shore to Noosa, where we're going to wash the car and head back to Brisbane. You'll see here in a minute all those sticks and trees. So every time I've come here, this land has changed. It's still falling down even to this day, and you'll find you've got to go around lots of trees and things like that. So you've got to either drive around them or drive through them somehow. So you just got to take it easy. I had no trouble. I'm just going to have a look over the top at the rainforest. I believe there's a track in there somewhere, so you don't actually have to drive the beach. For those of you that are interested, I have a 100 series with a 1.8Z turbo diesel engine in it. We filled up at Rainbow Beach completely, and on the island we drove a total of 655 kilometres. When we got back off the island, we filled back up again, and I'd used 136 litres of fuel, leaving me a good margin of 10 litres. Yeah, that works out to be approximately 20 litres per 100 k's on the sand, which is not too bad. Anyway, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.